Hello, dear listeners, and welcome back to another enlightening episode of our podcast series. I'm Michael, your dedicated host, and today I have the pleasure of being joined by the insightful Aria. Welcome, Aria.
Hi, Michael. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to dive into this discussion about relationships.
Relationships indeed form the fabric of our lives, weaving together our experiences, emotions, and sense of belonging. Aria, let's begin by exploring the profound importance of relationships in our lives. Why do you think relationships are such a fundamental aspect of human existence?
Relationships serve as the bedrock of our existence, Michael, because they provide us with connection, support, and meaning. From the bonds we form with family members to the friendships we cultivate and the romantic partnerships we embark on, relationships enrich our lives in myriad ways. They offer us a sense of belonging and identity, provide emotional sustenance during times of difficulty, and enhance our overall sense of well-being and fulfillment. Essentially, relationships are the threads that weave together the tapestry of our lives, shaping who we are and how we experience the world.
Beautifully expressed, Aria. Indeed, nurturing strong, healthy relationships is essential for our emotional and mental well-being. Could you delve deeper into what it takes to cultivate and maintain fulfilling relationships?
Cultivating and maintaining fulfilling relationships requires a combination of communication, empathy, trust, and commitment, Michael. Effective communication lays the foundation for healthy relationships, allowing us to express our thoughts, feelings, and needs openly and honestly, while also fostering understanding and connection with our loved ones. Empathy is another crucial ingredient, as it enables us to step into the shoes of others, understand their experiences and emotions, and respond with compassion and kindness. Trust is the cornerstone of any successful relationship, as it creates a sense of safety and security that allows us to be vulnerable and authentic with each other. Lastly, commitment involves investing time, effort, and energy into nurturing our relationships, prioritizing the needs and well-being of our loved ones, and weathering the inevitable challenges and conflicts that arise along the way.
Those are invaluable insights, Aria. However, even the strongest relationships can face challenges and disagreements. How do you suggest individuals navigate conflicts and resolve disagreements effectively in their relationships?
Conflict is an inevitable part of any relationship, Michael, but it's how we approach and manage conflicts that ultimately determines the health and longevity of our relationships. When conflicts arise, it's important to approach them with humility, patience, and a willingness to listen and understand each other's perspectives. Active listening is key, as it allows us to truly hear and validate the experiences and emotions of our loved ones, fostering empathy and connection. Expressing ourselves assertively but non-defensively, seeking compromise and common ground, and focusing on finding solutions rather than placing blame are also essential for resolving conflicts constructively. Additionally, maintaining a sense of humor, perspective, and forgiveness can help diffuse tension and strengthen the bonds of trust and intimacy in our relationships.
Thank you for outlining those strategies so eloquently, Aria. Before we conclude this segment, do you have any final thoughts or reflections on the significance of relationships in our lives?
I would just like to emphasize the profound impact that healthy, fulfilling relationships can have on our overall well-being and happiness, Michael. Investing time and effort into nurturing our relationships, prioritizing communication and connection, and showing appreciation for the people we care about can enrich our lives immeasurably and create a more loving, supportive, and fulfilling world for us all.
Thank you so much, Aria, for your valuable insights and perspective on the topic of relationships. Well, now I think it's time to move into the second part of our podcast. In this part, we're diving into a topic that has become increasingly prevalent in our modern society: social media addiction. Social media has undoubtedly transformed the way we connect, communicate, and consume information. Aria, could you share your thoughts on why social media addiction has become such a prevalent issue in today's society?
Absolutely, Michael. Social media addiction has become widespread due to several factors, including the pervasive nature of social media platforms, the addictive features they incorporate, and the constant connectivity they provide. Social media platforms are designed to capture and maintain our attention, often through features such as likes, comments, and notifications, which trigger dopamine release in the brain and reinforce compulsive usage. Additionally, the fear of missing out, FOMO, and the desire for validation and approval from others can drive excessive social media use, leading to addiction-like behaviors and negative consequences for our mental and emotional well-being.
That's a sobering reality, Aria. What are some of the signs and symptoms of social media addiction, and how can individuals recognize if they or someone they know may be struggling with it?
There are several signs and symptoms that may indicate social media addiction, Michael. These can include spending excessive amounts of time on social media, feeling preoccupied with social media activities, experiencing withdrawal symptoms when unable to access social media, neglecting other responsibilities and activities in favor of social media, and experiencing negative effects on mental health and well-being, such as anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem. Additionally, individuals may find themselves comparing their lives to others' highlight reels on social media, seeking validation through likes and comments, and feeling a constant need to check their social media accounts, even in inappropriate or inconvenient situations.
Those are important indicators to be mindful of, Aria. What are some of the potential consequences of social media addiction on individuals' mental health and overall well-being?
Social media addiction can have a range of negative consequences on individuals' mental health and well-being, Michael. Excessive social media use has been linked to increased feelings of loneliness, depression, and anxiety, as well as decreased self-esteem and life satisfaction. It can also contribute to sleep disturbances, poor concentration, and decreased productivity, as individuals may find themselves spending hours scrolling through social media feeds at the expense of other activities and responsibilities. Additionally, the constant comparison and validation-seeking behavior encouraged by social media can erode individuals' sense of self-worth and lead to a distorted perception of reality, as they may feel pressure to maintain a curated and unrealistic image of themselves online.
Those are significant repercussions, Aria. What are some strategies and interventions that individuals can employ to address social media addiction and regain control over their usage?
Addressing social media addiction requires a multifaceted approach that involves setting boundaries, practicing mindfulness, and seeking support from friends, family, or mental health professionals, Michael. Some strategies that individuals can use to reduce their social media use include setting specific time limits for social media usage, scheduling designated offline periods during the day, and turning off notifications to minimize distractions. Practicing mindfulness techniques, such as meditation and deep breathing exercises, can help individuals become more aware of their social media habits and develop healthier coping mechanisms for managing stress and boredom. Additionally, seeking support from loved ones or joining online or in-person support groups for individuals struggling with social media addiction can provide encouragement, accountability, and guidance on the journey to recovery.
Thank you for outlining those strategies, Aria. Before we conclude this segment, do you have any final thoughts or reflections on the impact of social media addiction on individuals and society as a whole?
I would just like to emphasize the importance of maintaining a healthy balance between our online and offline lives, Michael. While social media can be a valuable tool for communication, connection, and self-expression, it's essential to be mindful of its potential pitfalls and to prioritize our mental and emotional well-being above all else. By cultivating awareness, setting boundaries, and seeking support when needed, we can mitigate the negative effects of social media addiction and create a more balanced and fulfilling relationship with technology.
Thank you so much, Aria, for your valuable insights and perspective on the topic of social media addiction.
It's been my pleasure, Michael. Thank you for the opportunity to engage in this important conversation.